All right, everybody, it is Rational Geek Driver here, and I'm coming to you today with a special live here, I guess you could say. And I was debating whether I was going to do this in video form or whatnot. I started filming the video, and I said, you know what? I think I'll just do this series, this live, and announce what's going on here. So as of right now, I've been working on this, and I made a decision that I wanted to go to 100%. I'm using Earn by Time to get to 100% acceptance rate. I wanted to collect data all the way up, and I've made it to 94% so far. And it's not been without some trials and tribulations, to say the least. But I wanted to do this because I really feel like, you know, a lot of people are not making money right now, and they're like, I need to get up there to the top ARs, let's see what it's like. So I said, you know what, why not do this? So I'm going to take you guys along with me. So we're on an order right now. We've already made $22.88 today. And I'm just going to go live, and if people could come in and see and check things out and breeze through. I'm using the vertical live. I'm going to use one of my phones and document this whole experience, because once I get to 100, my goal was to stay at 100% for 30 days and collect data as a 100% dasher for a 30-day period as Doordash's absolute top dasher in the platinum program, in the programs that we're in a small, well, it's somewhat small, in a rural market that I think fits in much better with other dashers out there, other markets out there, because a lot of the content we see on YouTube comes from cities and metropolitan areas, and that's not necessarily the majority of where Doordash is operating in. So you're trying to apply things or see things in a bigger market. You're saying, oh yeah, look at this. This guy's making $300 a day. Is that really feasible in a rural market? Now, I am not just going to use Doordash only. My goal is to maintain 100% while also using Uber, Grubhub, Spark, Instacart, my normal array of apps. And I'm going to do it live. And I'm going to show you the experience. I apologize, guys. I'm driving my area. It's a rural area. The internet's going to cut in and out. But I'm going to be documenting my everyday. And then I'm going to go do a series of live shows where I'll show you my figures and my stuff. And I just wanted I wanted to contribute this, because I feel like today we need to answer some of these questions, and we need to do it in the most honest fashion that we can, and just show you what it is. I'm not here proclaiming to you, I'm not, sitting here to say, hey, I'm making $50 an hour on Doordash, because that's not realistic. That's not how it's going to be. I'm going to show you what it is, and I do this. I've done this full time. I'm at almost 5,000 dashers, so and a couple thousand on the other apps. So I've done this now for a couple of years. So I figure, you know what, I'm going to come out, and I've always been a cherry picker. I've always been somebody who sat down and cherry picked until recently, and then I started experimenting with how can I keep my acceptance rate up, and I've done that for the last year. In various formats, trying to maintain top dasher. Then platinum came to my market, and now I'm like, you know what? I've got a theory. And then once I do 30 days at 100%, I want to see exactly what that gives me. Is it worth it? Do I kill am I going to drive 6,000 miles? And again, I have a lot of comparative stats, so I'll be comparing things along the way. And maybe I'll break. Maybe I'll say, you know what, I can't do it. But you guys will see it. So this is day one. Like I said, as of right now, I'm at 94%. And I'll be showing you I'll show you my orders. I'm going to show you everything as we go. So anyways, now with that, I'm going to turn the camera, let you guys see some of the sites in my market, and you guys can see and verify that I am in a rural market. You can see we're down here in the sticks, man. This is where we go. This is what Doordash is going to do. And we'll go over a few methods I use and things I use. Like, for instance, one of the keys to maintaining your acceptance rate high is using your worry-free cancels. You've got to use that. You've got to use your worry-free cancel completion rate uh, to maintain your completion rate, because DoorDash now has a 90% requirement. Now, they didn't just throw 90% in. A lot of people would say, oh, DoorDash is, you know, requiring 90% to be accepted. Well, it wasn't done without them giving a tool to the dashers. Uh, on any order, you can cancel the order without any impact, at least in my market. And I've been in several markets around me to see if it's available. It's been available in every single market. I've been in PA, Maryland. I work in the following markets, so you will see that as we're working together: Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia. Those are the 4 states I work in on a continuous basis. I will fluctuate between the two. Depends on what I'm doing, where I'm at, what's going on. And I will fluctuate between those states. But we are, like I said, we are at 94%. I've been accepting every single order, and I'll go over how that's been. The last shift I worked, which I did not work yesterday, being Thursday, I worked Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. And I had an okay day on Tuesday. Made $215. The miles were not good on that shift. At least to my standard, I think I drove at about $1.38 a mile. Now, Wednesday was another level of terribleness. I went from like 70. I think I was at 76% acceptance rate to start the day, all the way up to 94%. And it was dog shit trash all day long. I made $160 and drove 190 miles. It's terrible, but I was committed to it. Now, one of the reasons why I drove so many miles is I made a decision to switch markets because I was frustrated with the market I was in, because even at the high rate, I wasn't getting orders. So I switched, and that was a big mistake. And it was just terrible stuff. So I ended up just ending early. Normally I try to go to $200. That's my goal. And today we got started at 11 o'clock, little after 11. Like I said, we've made $22.88 so far. So we've got a long road to 200 today. We're going to keep grinding it and going to try to get there. But, it's not easy sometimes when you're out here, especially when DoorDash throws some garbage at you. Or, like I said, one of the things when you're doing earn by time, if you haven't done earn by time before, and this is something that I think DoorDash should address, and that is this: if you get caught, all right, we're back. So again, stick with me, check back, flip back. Because again, I know I've got some connectivity issues where we're going, because it's AT&T sucks out here. So it is what it is. But whichever. That's the other downside to an order like the one I'm on right now, and that is have an order. They're not going to send me something like that, so I'm going to have to travel all the way back. It's one of the things that I have noticed really sucks. Trying to get to 100. Now, when I get outside of this month, okay, when I get outside of doing a month, 30 days at 100. All right, kill that right there. I was just checking myself, so it looks like I'm back on, guys. I apologize, but update on where we were at. All right, so we got a very nice payout, $14.56 payout on that. So not bad at all. in terms of earn my time. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen them sling me out that far. So we actually almost made $2 a mile on that order, believe it or not. But they put us way out here, so we're not getting an order as of yet. But it was driven in part by the $7.50 tip from our customer. So hats off to the customer for tipping $7.50 for 2 subs. That's exactly what it should be. My opinion is, anytime you ask somebody to deliver something to your house, food, otherwise, $5 minimum tip. That's it. Um, now if there's an issue with the service, if I'm impolite, if I don't do things right, adjust the tip afterwards. You can call in the support and say take the tip out. But $5, if you're wondering, if you're a customer that comes across this stream wondering, hey, what should I do? $5. That's it. $5. Now you want to do a little bit more. Understand this: if you're doing an order that's like a big order, and then a driver is going to have had to invest more money into their equipment, so I would say $10, double them, right? So for instance, if you're going and you're ordering a $300 meal from somewhere, you want to make sure it gets hot to you, hot, and understand the driver is making an investment in their business. So at least $10 or more for that. Maybe even consider just do 20% or 10%, whatever you think you could stomach. If you're in a restaurant, you'd be doing 20% for the waiter. This individual's now, yeah, we're using our car, but again, if you've got a really big order, then to get your order to you and make sure that you're not getting some slacking driver who doesn't have appropriate bags and appropriate equipment, you're going to have somebody who's invested in probably a bag that's costing them at least $50, depending on where they're buying their bag from. And if somebody's taking pride in their business, and that's who you obviously want when you're getting a large, expensive meal delivered to you, especially say you're getting from a sushi restaurant, you have hot and cold items. I have hot and cold bags. I have bags that are sectioned off. I'm keeping my cold items in a separate bag, separate area that will maintain that temperature. I'm keeping my hot items in another. I'm keeping the drinks in another. If you're ordering drinks, consider all of those ideas, because if you don't put a tip on there, or you don't put a tip that's of value, DoorDash is going to prioritize you to a driver who isn't necessarily going to take the pride and is going to take the time to get you the order in the best form. So understand that there is representation. And I understand, as a DoorDash customer myself, I will order from time to time for simple experimentation purposes to understand what's going on with the DoorDash experience in my market. I know there are fees. I know it costs money. But at the same point, too, you're trying to get a kitchen to table experience without you leaving your house and having to be in charge of that. So why do you want to put that in the hands of somebody who's going to be pissed off when they see there's no tip? And we kind of can tell. Now, if I'm going to earn my time, I can't tell. But what I can tell you is that DoorDash will prioritize those higher tip orders to the earn by order drivers that do have the equipment necessary to make sure that your experience is going to be top notch. So it's just a little heads up to bring bags. We're getting close. I can go to that area. We're coming out of this. We'll be sent back to the sticks, but we are definitely getting closer to civilization where the internet gets better. So now we're at, for the day, for those of you wondering, we are at $37.44 for the day. We are heading, we're right now, DoorDash is claiming it's 1 to 5 minutes to get an order, and I believe when we break through probably about another mile, this is where I'll get an order of some sort. It'll either be from the Burger King or King's Pizzeria. By the time I've gotten 0 shop offers, I have not had to shop at all. So I will tell you this: if you like, and again, I don't know if this is true in every market, but if you enjoy not doing shops, Earn by Time seems to be the place to be. They don't give you shops; they just give you, a smaller. I have not really seen tips in excess recently. I think the highest tip I've gotten on Earn by Time thus far in this experience is about $18. That was on a large order program that I did the other night. I finally got one after a long day of garbage carrying for DoorDash. It was the rebalance time. Now today could be an entire rebalance shift, because that's what it seems to me with DoorDash is it goes in spurts. It's like All right, you're going to have some time where you're going to get shit orders, and then they kind of rebalance you. Obviously, they've done well enough to stay in this for a while. So, when normally Spark is a big driver, Instacart is a big driver. What I normally do is I use Grubhub, Uber Eats, and Doordash to keep moving while I'm waiting for the unicorn shopping orders to come through. They can be some big ones. I've got $70, $80, $90 shops on Instacart. I'll get $30, $40, $50 shops on Spark. And my acceptance rate on those apps is low. I'm not big, so I'll be using those apps to keep me moving. And that's a good strategy. Now I'm going to try to, like I said, with DoorDash, it's been so terrible. I want to see, can I get more out of DoorDash if I work it a different way? And I thought to myself, you know what? 100% acceptance rate is where we got to start. Never gotten to 100% acceptance rate. Probably there's reasons for that, but I feel like Earn by Time offers the best opportunity to do that. So here we are. We're passing the area I thought I might get an order from, which has a Chinese restaurant, King's Pizza, and Burger King. Nothing. Now Subway is up here. That's the place I normally get orders. DoorDash is always known for allowing me to drive past these restaurants and then summoning me back. So we'll see if they do something like that, or if they just continue to let me go towards the hotspot that they're telling me they have a 1 to 5 estimated wait time at, which is actually a hotspot that I work a lot. So we'll see. Now, a couple of other tips, guys. If you're driving out there, a couple of things I'm going to recommend to you. Number one, I recommend you get yourself an Android phone, specifically a Samsung phone. And again, this channel's big on that. I've got a lot of phones. I utilize a lot of phones to see what's the best of the best. Today I'm utilizing my Z Flip. I believe it's the 5. It's the latest one. They're coming out with new ones in July. But the reason being is because there's several things that really offer some really great features on the Android side that DoorDash doesn't have in their app on the iPhone side. One of them being when you get an offer, right? And I know this because I just spent about a week using my iPhone to get back and see what was going on with that. I just spent a week with it, and there were some frustration points and there were some nice points. You don't have any of the problems that you have on Android, where like I'll have to restart the app or clear cache. None of those things are going on iPhone. It's pretty smooth. But there's a couple of key components that I think are just absolutely you gotta have these in order to get the best experience. One of them is clicking the customer's address during the offer screen, and it will take you on Google Maps directly to that customer. Now, that's important for a couple of reasons. One, I want to see where I'm going. I want to know where I'm going right from wherever I'm at, right? Because I'm going to ultimately go to the restaurant and go to the customer's house. So if that tells me I'm 25 minutes away, especially if I'm doing Earn by Time, I want to kind of have that calculation in my mind to think, okay, what am I really looking at here? If I'm 25, 30 minutes away, I got to drive to the restaurant, I got to wait. I'm looking at basically whatever my Earn by Time base pay is. I can do a little calculation in my brain and go, okay, $7-8 base pay. What am I expecting tip? The second component I want to be able to do is I want to be able to have an idea if I've delivered to this person, what is their tipping habits like? Because one of the things I like to do is I will utilize Google Maps, because every time I get an offer, I'll click the address and it will throw to my Google Maps, and then I will come back in and I can use either the in-app, which I really hate. I've turned it off for now because it's been so terrible as far as they haven't updated their mapping systems. But normally I'll use the in-app just for convenience. But the key is getting that customer address into the database of Google Maps. And then secondly, it allows you to see if you delivered to them before, because you can put a little label on it and put whatever your previous tip was with that customer. And that will give you an idea of, hey, what's this customer's tipping habit like? If they're a 0 tip, a $2.50, a $5, a $6, a $10 tip, you would have done that. Because you kind of then do a pretty quick calculation. Like earlier today, when I got my first order of the day, I recognized last time I delivered to this person, it was on the Earn by Order platform. I got a $10 tip. It was a Chick-fil-A order. So I'm like, oh, okay. And I looked it up. I recognized the customer. I said, okay, great. I know this customer's a tipping customer, and they tip pretty well. Sure enough, turns out they ended up tipping $7 on a Baconator, it was $6 on a Baconator combo meal, right? So I was like, okay, that was great because it ended up I ended up getting $7 and some change on the base pay side. And I was like, okay, that's great. So I got $13 out of that order for just delivering a Baconator combo out of Wendy's. But I knew right away when I hit accept on the order, and I'm debating, am I going to wait for this order? Am I going to sit there? Am I going to, how much time am I going to be willing to invest? Is this a risk that I'm going to be dealing with a no tip customer or a customer that's low tipping? How far am I willing to go with this thing? Or, would I use a worry for cancel on this customer? Maybe try to find a different customer. Those things you do it. But on the Doordash side, on iPhone, you can't throw your addresses into Google Maps automatically during the offer section. So you've got to do extra steps. You've got to actually physically take the time to screenshot it, type it in, or I was using Apple Maps, Google Maps, and as far as just doing it, so it would automatically throw it in there. But it's an extra step. I can't see that information right away when I'm making a decision. And to me, that is something that is key to making a delivery decision. And do I want to deliver to this customer or not, based on their past tipping habits, based on their last tip that they gave? And again, to me, that's just valuable information. So when DoorDash takes away the ability to click in, and I know it's got to be probably iOS doesn't let you do it, so it's just an iOS thing. But that's a big difference to me. So I want to be able to have an Android phone that's capable of doing those things smoothly and efficiently, which is why I recommend you get a current or a last model, and I have both. I keep testing them to see how things are going. For instance, I have an S23 and an S24. I have a Z Fold 4 and a Z Fold 5, right? I've been up testing those constantly as I'm using them into my workflow to make sure, see what's going on. I haven't done a lot of reporting on this channel on those items because I've kind of just fallen out. But like I said, I want to get back to doing that, bringing that to you guys. But I'm using it for myself to kind of understand and to try to have the best experience while I'm out working, when I'm out here. But anyways, we are heading now down towards, the central hub of this market. DoorDash, I believe, has us on a self-imposed timeout because we made too much money. DoorDash will do this from time to time. This is what you call a pause. The app's telling me, hey, and we're going to get back. I'm clearing the cache on my app because sometimes things don't update or see what the state of the market really is in. But DoorDash is telling me I should be having an order in 1 to 4 minutes right now. And guess what? I haven't got nothing. And I'm in the area. And I'm in a good cell phone zone. So that's telling me DoorDash has absolutely 110%. And now they're telling me there's no internet connection. So I don't know what that's all about. All right, let's go back in. So maybe I'm just having connectivity issues. Which for me, that just means I'll just get another phone out, test it out. And I have all the phone carriers. AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. These are the 3 major ones. So when I need to, I can flip them. I can keep a SIM card for Verizon in my car, so that way if I get into an area where either AT&T or T-Mobile is working, I can very easily flip it out and switch it out. And these are things that you should be doing yourself if you're out here working in the gig world, And again, it's small investments. My Verizon line only cost me $15. I got 2 gigabytes of data on it. I don't use it much, but it's in addition to my cable. So for me, why not? And it's a $15 write-off every month. I keep the SIM card locked away in my stuff. So I mean, I have it and I've used it, and every time I use it, and I use it to get out of a jam, and it saves me a hassle. It's paying for itself, in my opinion. And then on top of that, normally I would have a phone attached to that SIM card, but my son is also on that on the Verizon network with his phone, and he decided to destroy his phone, so he's using my work phone on that now, temporarily. Eventually, I might get another phone associated with it. I don't know. But for now, I just have the SIM card, and this phone is unlocked. Sorry, this phone is unlocked, so I can use this with any carrier. Now my other phones are all under promos, so I'm not paying a lot of money for the phones. I pay for the service because you can write off the service. You can write off the purchase on a one-time basis, but or a portion of it, but the service you can always write that off. Anyways, all right. So Martin's is our spot right now, 1.2 miles. Now, sometimes when you get on a pause like this, it requires you to end your dash and restart your dash because, like I said, Doordash gave me some good payouts. So now it's like, okay, you're over here. We're not gonna deal with you right now. Even though I have, I'm gonna show you guys my stats. I'm gonna take the time to show you my stats so you guys can see for yourselves that I'm not bullshitting. I'll show you the stats exactly where they're at, and you can see for yourself. I'm on earned by the time. We'll get to that in just a minute, unless we get an order. But yeah, it would be certainly nice if we could get something going here, as opposed to that's neither here nor there. Make sure we're still up on. No, we're not. So okay, so Grubhub turned this off. All right, had somebody lollygagging across. All right, so let's turn on Grubhub here. All right. All right. I apologize. It's kind of for the reflection. Let's see if I can turn this up. I don't know if it'll help or not. But all right, so we're turning Grubhub on. All right, there we go. Turning Uber Eats on. Uber Eats has already been on. All right, great. I don't have Spark on yet, but I think I'm going to turn it on. And you can see here, now we're going to go in here. Let's just check everything. We're checking live, make sure we don't have any contract violations or anything crazy like that. So far, so good. So you can see 94% acceptance rate. All right. And then we have, oh, there we go. We got something. So Papa John's pizza bag required, 5.6 miles. Now watch what I'm going to do this, demonstrate this to you live. Let's see if we've delivered to this person before. Not that I've documented. All right. So we got a 16-minute drive. Now we hit back. And then we're going to, of course, screenshot it. And we're going to hit accept. So it's set 5.6 miles. Now that's added in. Okay. Or at least it should have been. That's fine. Oh, you know what? I have to hit. I didn't do one step. I forgot while I was on there. You got to hit directions for it to get added in. So there it is. Okay. So, anyways, but there's the steps. And again, and then if you hit the direction button really quickly before you go back, it will load it in. So I've got to go in here. I'm going to turn this back on my face here. I know I kind of showed the customers stuff, but I don't want to. So what do we got here? We got a 14-inch original 5 CRP packet, 5 parm packet. I think that must be 3 pizza cups and 1 ranch cup. So I think it must be a bunch of, it says 15 items, but I think some of those are not. I don't know. I need to double check this. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's a bunch of like, yeah, it's a bunch of like packets. Boy, that's a deceptive one if you were looking at the order, the item count. Anyways, okay, so let's go in here and let's look and see 2485. 485. Yeah, okay. Oh, I delivered here the other day. Well, not to this place, but to one of their neighbors. Okay. All right. So it's loaded in. So it says 6.2 miles. Technically, it says 5. DoorDash offering this at 5. Um, let's see here. All right, I'll take you guys on. I'm going to turn you guys around and let's go to Papa John's. And let's go pick this up. I think it's one pizza with a bunch of packets and shit. I don't know. I don't know what the hell how they're going to fit all that on their pizza. I mean, Jesus Christ, they got like 5 parm packets, 5 of this. I mean, maybe those are all little side items, but I don't think so because it says packets and cups. So, anyways, so once you do that, you load it in. I have that address loaded in, and then I'm going to put in the specifics here. I can put a label in now. So I'll add label, and I'll do, I always add it in on whatever the program was that I did last, either EBT or EBO. Put the date, which is 6/14/24. And then tip amount. Now it's ready to go. And then that way, when I get done the order, I can just go in there and quickly fill that out as part of my post order work. And even if I can't, even if I don't get a chance to, it'll be sitting in there and I'll know I didn't put because it'll be it'll have no tip added. So I can go back in and look when I'm doing my post work review or post shift review of things. I could go in and look and fill in the ones I need to fill in, and I'll know exactly which one it was for. Going back and looking at the address or looking at the time that I did it, I'll be able to go in and look back, cross-reference it with my sheet that my spreadsheet that I keep. So, yeah. But anyways, this one I'm anticipating because, and again, I could be wrong. I'm anticipating we don't see a higher than $5 tip on this order. It's a pizza order. Pizza orders tend to have higher tip percent. No, a lot more customers tip on pizza orders than they do on other orders because they're conditioned to tip on pizzas because pizza delivery's been happening for years and years and years. So people will do it. They'll say Uber is sending us something, see if it's heading in the direction we're going. And it is sort of, but it's and it's Taco Bell, but it's 825, 10.1 miles. We're not going to worry about it. It's a trip radar. But I always find it funny because Uber will, and I've looked it up and kind of done my research on it. Other people have agreed that these apps kind of look at your screen or are aware of what's going on your screen, and they will send you orders going in the general direction to kind of encourage you to create your own stack. And here it comes, of course, 822, 10.1 miles. But I'm not doing it, not for that. And it goes significantly in the opposite direction, away from where I'm going. And I'm just not going to get involved for $8.22. If that was like a large that was an indicator that there was going to be a hidden tip on that, and it was a bigger order. And Taco Bell's right next door. I might get involved in it. It might be worth my time to try to make it work. But the stress you have to worry about when you're doing multiple orders strung together on 2 apps, and that things could go wrong, and you may have to cancel out the one of the orders, or really I'm going to pick up the DoorDash order first, so that one's definitely going. But you run the risk of running late on the DoorDash order. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it at all. So, all right, guys. So, how you doing there, Caleb? All right, so we've arrived at the store now. We're gonna pick up our 15 items, which is really one item. What the heck is a CRP packet? A parm packet, I would imagine, would just be parmesan. That's weird. What is this person putting on the pizza, man? Anyways, it is what it is. Now I'm going to update my facts here.
Rational Gig Driver back here. We're trying it now on the iPhone, on T-Mobile's network. I guess I could have tried to fire it in, but I don't know if it's just my choice of devices. I don't know if it's just the Android device is just not keeping up or not able to stay because of the YouTube app and that, or if it's truly that my internet sucks. But anyways, we're gonna try it on here. I'm gonna move you guys over here, and there we go. And I guess I need to find. I don't know if I have my AirPods with me or not. That's a problem. But we're trying to make this work. I hope you guys can hear me. One of the reasons why I like to use my F24 Ultra is because they really do using it with my Galaxy Buds Pro 2s. It does a great job of noise cancellation in terms of when I'm talking. Now, I don't know if I have. Like I said, I'll have to search around my bag. I don't know if I threw them in or not. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But if I don't, I don't. It is what it is. But that was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it was just going on and off, on and off, on and off. Anyways, so it is what it is. We're gonna go that way. Why the hell would it have me go that way? I know where this place is at. And that's a stupid route to go, man. It's gonna have me come out and come back down. But come on, DoorDash. This is what I'm talking about. Or even Google Maps. Maybe it's Google Maps is to blame. They absolutely have the dumbest ways to drive. Like they were gonna have me. They're having me go up. I don't even believe that's necessary for me to do something that stupid. They're wanting me to drive up to 7-Eleven, turn around, and come back down. Why would I need to do that? Am I not allowed to turn left in there or something? Of course I can. Oh, I guess it's not marked as a definitive left-hand turn or whatever. Anyways, well, benefit to me, I guess. Not really, because, all right, so now, go back in here and figure out the bill. All right, so it was apartment 7. 5-6. There was the individual I delivered to the other day, and here is 7. All right. All right. And so, guys, this was a no-tip order. Yeah. Oh, it looks like we're getting an order right away, at least. So at least it was quick. McDonald's in Shepherdstown. Yay. All right. Well, fine. We're going to do that. All right. At least they're keeping us busy. So, anyways, first no-tip order of the day, guys. Yeah. We'll put that in the database. Disappointing. But yeah, that's the first one. And unfortunately, when you're doing Earn by Time, you're going to get a few of them. We got paid $6.21 base pay. So five according to the Doordash is that we drove. It was it was from offer. It was like 5.7 miles. That's about right. So.
All right, everybody, we got our order picked up. Wasn't too bad of a wait. It was actually pretty much ready. I walked in and then they put it up. I took the moment to use the restroom real quick. So I like to do McDonald's or fast food places. It's great to get a restroom break in, especially if you're on Earn by Time. It gives you a little bit extra time, especially if you got a little bit of a wait or something. Those are the times to do it. All right, let's see. I gotta make sure this thing can get charged. So let's put it on just like that. All right. All right, guys. So it was not a no tip. That's a positive situation. It was a $3 tip with I think about $6 and some change base pay, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look at that. 674 base pay. So 974 total payout. We'll look at the miles here in a minute. I'll see how many miles I actually traveled because I customer's door to this, and we'll see if it was actually right because I believe it was offered at like 9.1 miles. We'll see if it actually. And here we go, guys. Just for verification purposes, that is the payout right there. That's a screenshot of the payout. Obviously, it's not. The payout's no longer up. Hold on here. 670. All right. Oh, you know what? I forgot when I got to McDonald's, I updated the miles there because I never updated the miles with the no tip order. I just kept going. So I don't know the specific miles. I know 3 miles from the McDonald's was what we got, and so anyways, it is what it is. Yeah, they offered it at 9.1 miles, and the payout was 974. So technically, on my sheet, it's going to reflect 3 miles because it was from the restaurant. I cut out the travel mile. I would say I drove about, I think, about 5 or 6 miles from that travel, based on the busyness, and it didn't call it peak pay or anything like that. Now we are right now by the Taco Bell, I think. Yep, here we are. Pizza Hut. Grab my pizza bag. So we're switching lanes. Oh man, I just realized I have a computer I've got to ship. I'm gonna get in trouble. I should have brought that with me. I didn't. All right, so we're picking up 2 items from Pizza Hut. The only thing that the only good thing about Pizza Hut orders or pizza orders in general is there's always a shot of a cash tip, much better than like other stuff because again, Pizza Hut will sometimes put these in, and these are sometimes Pizza Hut's customers. We'll see if I didn't flip into the maps. Like I said, when I'm driving, sometimes I'll forget, especially if I'm live, I'll forget. But we'll check it out. All right, guys. So a little update on things. We got an order added to. We got an order added for Pizza Hut. So my pizza was ready. So poor customer here. Pizza was ready, but the wings didn't get dropped. So I had to wait, and then as a result of that, I got an add-on. So this is where the power of making money in the Earn by Time platform really kicks in. It's getting these multi-tip orders. So I'm hopeful We got a 5 and a 5. We've gotten, this could be $17, $18. This could be what I call the rebalancing. So we're going to find out.
We successfully made that delivery of the first Pizza Hut order. We are now going to the next Pizza Hut order delivery, and I should have a payout information for you finally. We're 2 minutes away, and then we'll see if DoorDash wants to give us another order. I hope they do. And keep us busy working, as it's about 3:30 right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and as I predicted, that was the great rebalance. Okay, we're going to go over to facts and stats here in just a moment. As I called it, I said, earn by time, DoorDash will rebalance you. After you shovel some shit, you get a little bit of sugar and a little bit of candy on top, and everybody's happy. $23.40 was what I got paid on that order. All right. Now, if I would have been working earn by order or earn by offer, I would have gotten $4. I got an extra $5.62, or I may have only gotten $2 because they may have bundled it together and just given me $2 base pay. And I made $7 tip on one order and $6.78 tip on the other order. Okay, for a total payout of $23.40. As I said, but we took more time, so that's actually a benefit right now in this order. That's a real benefit in this order. All right, so there's the Papa John's up ahead. To the left, you can see here we are in Restaurant Road now. This is the main hub of this market.
Turn left.
You got a plethora of restaurants out here. Question is, will DoorDash do me the solid of linking me with another order that's hopefully got a tip on it and making this a supercharged order? Or will they stick the screws to me? We're going to be facing, you guys can see the action over there. There's Blaze Pizza, Panda Express, Chipotle. You can see it all right there. All right. So let's have a discussion. That prompted me to start investigating. And anyways, all right, we're at the Waffle House. I got to go in here and see if this is either being delivered to the cook or a waitress. And they better tip, I hope. We'll find out. So hand it to them. All right. Get security protocols up. All right. Okay. All right, guys. See you in a minute. Our friend Pizza Hut. We just got an offer for Pizza Hut. Let's see here. If I've delivered to this place before, but I'm not certain. Not bad. 10 minutes. We'll do that. $13.25. We'll do that. 5 items. Ooh, all right. 2 large hand tosses, an 8-piece bonus, and a medium hand toss, and a double order of something. All right. Well, that one could be a big one, guys. All right. That was damn shame, man. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. That was disappointing to say the least. I didn't expect it due to it being a pizza order, but we got 0 tip. If you're just tuning in, 0 tip alert. Redeem themselves, because remember, they sent me on the Papa John's order. Either that or Pizza Hut took the fucking tip, because I think Pizza Hut put this in. So it always makes me wonder. I just find it strange that somebody would order so much pizza and then not even be willing to tip the driver. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised by that. And we were just back up where we were at when we got that nice tip from the last Pizza Hut order. They took us back up to this area. So, yep, $7 tip from earlier. We have to drive all the way back to where we were just at. No. And we want it to be in the proximity where we're at. Not, I guess, obviously, if I got something similar on Doordash, I guess I'd take it because I'm in this Doordash mode. But anyways, so we've been waiting now. It's 4:44 was when we got our last order. We have waited 54:04, 35 minutes so far when we were having a 9-minute average wait time. So things have slowed down. Oh, and here we go. Papa John's, it is. 5.7 miles, 27 minutes. Is it going to follow are we going to finally see a break here? 7 items. So we got 6-piece buffalo wings, 6-piece buffalo wings, 10-piece honey chipotle wings, a breadstick, a garlic stuffed crust, and 2 garlic cups. Well, it only took us 35 minutes, guys. I mean, we did stop for gas, but that didn't stop them. That would not have stopped them from sending us an order in an area. We were in an area where we should have been getting orders. But anyways. All right. Well, not a good tip, guys. A dollar tip. So apparently this person is not the same person I delivered to before. But anyways, it is. But we got a total of so maybe Papa John's took some of it. That's a possibility that was suggested. So waited all that time. So we waited. It was about 30 minutes on order. It does, Agent 86. It does. I mean, that's some shitty shit right there, man. And like, it's because it's on time, so you can't see the tips. But it's like, damn, man, what the hell? So we haven't gotten any orders since the Papa John's order. That's a shame. So we're heading back down. Well, so we're at 98.11, guys. Well, actually, sorry, more than that. That's 98.11 on my screen. We are at $104.11. All right, so we got a Logan's Roadhouse. Will this be a large order program? We will see. Here we go. All right, let's see. And definitely not. Roadhouse shrooms and a grilled meatloaf. Yeah, no. All right, so best we can hope for is we get up here and maybe see an add-on. All right, guys. Well, of course, as always down here, cellular issues continue. Very nice gentleman. He came out, greeted me, asked if business was going well, so hopefully he's the start of an uptick and an upturn in business. All right, guys, and hey, we got an end to the BS. $5 tip, $8.42 base pay, $5 tip, $13.42 payout. So there we go. Finally, somebody follows my perspective. $5 minimum tip on all food deliveries. That's what it should be. So yeah, $111.53 in the app, $6 in cash, $117.53. There we go. We got an hour and 25 minutes left, I believe. Let me see. Did I set it? Yeah, 8 o'clock is when I set it for. That's what I thought. That's when Doordash. We will see what Doordash fully intended for today. I don't know. I don't know if they do Sweet Flow. I don't know. That's what we're experimenting to find out. So far, my experience has not been that's the case. 863. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and set that. Going back to Pop John's, 3 items. The 2-piece wings. All right. We're going back to Pop, people.
All right. All right, guys. So we got a little cash tip action there. So it was actually no tip. They thought, I guess it was ordered through Papa John's or something, because they said that they thought they were going to sign so they could tip the driver that way. So they gave me a $12 tip. So excellent on cash. And we got $10, $10 on, what do you call it, base pay. So not bad at all for 100 fucking orders. Oh my God. Please. Yes, we got it. All right. Oh my God. I was like, 100 fucking orders are going to have to be. And that could have been enough to destroy the entire program. All right. So what do we get? Tuna fish, 2 number 17s, a number 26, 2 bags of chips. So this one could be a decent tip. Now, what I anticipate is going to happen here is they're trying to get me to at least $150 for 9 hours, okay? Because they got to move me into back territory to where in their system it reflects $25 an hour active time. So, if you remember, I've been including my cash tips into my calculations just for purposes of my own purpose. I'll take them out at the end since they're cash and not reported in the system. But here's the thing. Doordash doesn't know about it. This is it. Yep, this is it right here. Here we are, guys. Here we go. All right. All right. All right. Well, here we are. Here we are. How you doing? Well, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. All right, here we go. Let's see what this guy gave us. Turn you back around. Oh, of course we have no cell phone service to process this. I don't even know if you guys are still with me. Looks like we got to go back up this mountain, guys. And he gave me the challenge. He said, it's going to be a little tight on the turnaround. I said, I know. That's why that's. All right, here we go. Let's do this. 53% AR. All right, Tracy Lee. Well, good job. Join the challenge. All right, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. Well, stay positive, and I recommend you use Earn by Time if it's available in your area. That seems to be the most promising way to do this. All right. All right, got it. It's something else.
It's something else. Bad GPS. Continue. Confirm. All right, guys. Finally, we're going to learn our fate. Oh, God, I hate this one. Come on. Well, here we go. I'm not even certain you guys can see me or not. Or what? I think we're frozen, actually. Shit. Ah. Oh, man. Now that I look at it, I think we are frozen. I think we're frozen in time. Let's see what happens when we get up to the top of this mountain. Because right now, I can't even process out the order. Doordash will probably pop me for this thing because I can't even get any service. Come on. Man, I'll tell you. What a way to end it, right? I don't know if anybody can hear me, but what a way to end this damn thing. Here we go. All right, we're at the top. All right, they did tip us $5. Hey, you know what? We will take a $5. Excuse me. $11.15. 150, 115, or somewhere in that range for today. $150 reached. One at 200, but we're taking. We're taking. God. Oh, that was a horrible swallow. I don't know what the hell happened there. My back is still hurting. I gotta figure this out. All right. I want to be very careful on this because this is just such a bad road. Gotta call my wife back. We gotta get the stream. So much to do. So little time to do it, and we're in the middle of a rainstorm. Oh, and Doordash still has me on. What the hell? They extend my dash to the bastards. They did extend my dash. Son of a bitch. All right, and I'm not even in a position. They won't even let me end it right now. I have no service. All right, let's just focus on getting the hell off this mountain. We're not ending up in a ditch off the thing. All right, get through here. We made 150, 120, 16.93 an hour for, it was what we'd call dash time. 22.34 for active time. So Doordash did not return us to 25 where I thought they would. I guess it just wasn't able to happen. We worked 76% of the time, meaning we spent 24% of the time driving back. Now, I'm going to tell you, that's about where I've been at when I'm multi-acting. Although sometimes I've been in the 50s, 59% active time. But these numbers are stark. I was out for 9 hours. These are terrible numbers in comparison to what I would get if I would have sparked all day. And maybe I'd have sat 40% of the time. So I'm just telling you, again, I'm going to continue with this challenge. But beware. So far, I have not seen anything that makes me think this is the best way to be. And this is the best thing to do. But I'm doing it because I need to finish it. I want to see 100% on my screen. Take a screenshot. We'll pull over. We'll get a celebration drink and drink it live with everybody. Maybe we'll order a pizza. We'll go pick it up. But so far, guys. Now, we ended the day. Perhaps it would be better to do it this way. We're disconnect. 69%. Change your APN and DNS servers. Okay, Element. I don't know what that means. I am not certain what that means, but if you want to give me a little more information, I would be open to changing it. Change them to Cloudflare? So is that like my internet server? What am I looking for per mile? $1.50 or less or more. Certainly not 95 cents. And I get $1.50 or more. I'm doing Spark and Uber and Grubhub when I'm doing that. I did not turn Spark on today. I did that intentionally. But again, the end result of what I'm trying to get to here is my thesis here is that we have to multi-app, and I believe I can use Doordash to keep the wheels running to a degree. And again, the ultimate place we're going to get to, it's going to take a while, but is going to be running some sort of scheme to where I take my AR down to 75. That way there's no mistakes to go under. And then I turn on earn by time. And after that, it's all earn by time until I get it up. I don't know that 100 will be where it is. I'm thinking 100, but that would probably require me to do 70 or 80 orders at that point. But probably get to some point where I feel like 90, 85 to 90 would be good, because I think 10 turndowns isn't enough in my market. But I'm going to work something. I want to see what it would do to then get it back up to 100. But instead of doing what I'm doing now, where I'm giving DoorDash top priority, we'll see how long it takes me to do that. Can I do that? Can I restore it? I don't know. We're going to work with it. We're going to work with it. This is day one of a very long project that I'm expecting will take a while. I'm going to take you guys along with me. We're going to figure out how rational it is. Can we make it work? Anyways, let's flip this thing around, and I'll show you guys my stats for today. 94%, 100% completion. This is it. This is the real deal here. 4.9 customer rating, 92% on time, 228 deliveries in the last 30 days, and 4,443. You can tell I've been, up until now, a cherry pick. I take the best and leave the rest. I've done that for a long time, and I'm challenging myself to be a little different. You said change them at 130 per tax deduction. Yeah, because usually returning to the same area where the strip is all food lines. Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, yeah, I agree with you. But I think $1.50 or higher, and I've had no problem meeting that. When you use Spark shops, I've been able to stay right in this area. But the problem was I fell out, and this is the problem. I fell back to gold tier for a little while. I was gold tier for a while because I was gold tier when I started this out, because I hadn't been doing my 100 orders. So then tier system just came. I jumped in and I said to myself, is this going to, and DoorDash was extremely slow leading up to the tier system. Extremely slow. And I had about 70, I was hanging around 72, 73, 74% acceptance rate. It wasn't a problem necessarily, because I would turn the app off and do Spark. And I would do little DoorDash orders around this area that we're sitting in right now. This is home zone. Now, when I decided, I was like, I'm going to do earn by time to get my 100 orders up and maintain my acceptance rate while I'm doing that. And then I'm going to get on to Platinum. And then when Platinum unlocks, it'll unlock me back. It'll give me the large order program. So then I got to thinking, and it kind of just led me right to here, where I said, you know what? I got to go 100. I'm going 100. And I made $150 today. Regardless, we shouldn't be worrying about hourly when we're out here either. We should be worrying about it, but we should be worrying about miles to month. So I am not worried about the hourly necessarily. If I was at $1.75, $1.50, $1.60 miles to money, and I was at 15, 16, it is what it is. I mean, I understand. You know what? It's not gonna add up perfectly every day. We're not hourly workers. Now I am working earn by time. I did earn more than $13.25. It's pretty much meeting all of the things that I thought it would. I've been tracking my tips on earn by time. I've been doing it for a long time, and it's about $4 and some change on tips normally. So everything's falling in line. The numbers all fall algorithmically into line. And then normally I fall somewhere between $20 and $25 an hour. But I hope that with bringing Platinum into it, maybe that would. No, I didn't know that they were doing two customer shops. Well, listen, I mean, as long as the customer's tipping well on that could be very profitable for the driver. Because there's some shops that are like 2 items. So if they put a 2-item shop, customer tips well, but if they don't tip well, the driver's gotta figure it out. But I think here's the thing, though. I am inevitable. My perspective on that is, I don't think it matters what the driver's doing. Well, they already do that. They group them. They group them as in hand it to me's with the no tippers, and then they maximize. They will keep the higher tip orders, and they already say they do that in the program. So I know they're doing that to a degree. And I guess the idea is the platinum priority applies to the highest of that tier in that bucket. So there are orders that are not accessible and earned by time. To me, if there's other earned by offer orders out there that are available to take them, I'll never see them. At least that's what I think and feel. But I don't really believe it matters. It's always been the plan. It's saturation really that's causing it, not drivers taking orders, because they've got enough drivers out there where they feel like they can lower the base rate to a certain degree, and there's going to be drivers that will take them. Well, yeah, for sure. Well, like for shops, though, I understand like what you're saying. They're not going to pay more. They're going to do. You're right. They're going to batch them together. And right now, a shop is $11 minimum in my area. So, I guess that makes it $5.50. It's a way that it's like charging the same but lowering the amount in a bag of chips. It's the same concept. They're going to do it, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. So you, a driver protesting the sitting there, you have to figure out how you're going to still make money in that environment. It does involve not doing certain orders, but you got to just still look for the orders that are going to make sense to you, and try to figure out how you can do it. And I guess there's a degree of believers out there that says the race to the bottom. There isn't a driver that will beat it. There's only hoping for regulations to help regulate it, to stop these apps from doing that. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember it was $20 for shops with no tips. Yep, it was $20. They were awesome, and you were getting in some cases $30, $40, $50 for a shop. But you could have like a 2-item shop for $20. At least that's how it was in my area. And now it's lowered down to 11. And now I guess they're going to split that down to $5.50 technically if they just keep it on 11 base pay. They're not going to double the base pay or triple the base pay. So, anyways, guys, so I'm going to end the stream, guys. That's where we're at. But it's good discussion. I am inevitable. Now it's $9 for 3G. Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely. It's $3 an order base pay basically. And then now they're using the tips on the customers, and they're throwing a higher tip order in there that will finance two no tips, and you don't really get to see who's tipping what, because you just see that this is the tip amount, this is the base pay amount. But you got to figure out. I mean, the key and the scheme is in this point. If you want to participate in this, you got to figure out how to make money. You got to figure out how to mix it together, and it's always going to be a mix. That's what my point is. And there are those that believe you can still pick up Doordash, and I don't believe that that's really the case. I don't, or at least let's put it this way: it might be enough for some. I can't speak for it, but I don't think that's the best way to maximize your earnings. That's what I'm looking for. They removed the customer ability to tip for batch orders. Oh, are you talking about like the ones that are 18 or 20 orders? Well, how the hell would they know that it's going to be a batched order? Doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, the ones that are like the internet orders. Yeah, to my knowledge, they've never been able to tip. I looked into that at the very beginning, and to my knowledge, they're what you call internet orders, and they're like items that people are ordering off .com, and then they batch them all together. And yeah, the customer has no ability to tip on those ever. Yeah, because it's 1 or 2 items, and so what they're doing is they're giving up extraordinary amount of base pay. Really, what they're doing is because they're batching them together, they're giving like $2 or $3 an item per item base pay to get them delivered, but it's free to the customer. So Walmart is paying for those to be delivered. But that's also why in some cases Walmart will pay more. Some of those batch items come out as like $50 or $60 for 17 or 18. I never do. I only do the pickup, and the grocery pickups, and I do the shops. And I've made good money doing it. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you all. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you at 12 noon. Be on the lookout for a live. I'll be putting up stuff in the community section. Thank you to my newest member, my only member. I encourage others to join and get really, really rational and become a member. But consider that. And I am outable. Thank you. Have a good night as well. And I can come in and talk. All right. While I'm driving, I'd love to continue the conversations. And we're gonna have some high AR meetings. We're gonna do some lives, and we'll talk business, we'll talk about experiences out there. And if you're doing an AR challenge or you're trying to get it up, come in and let me know. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from the experiences. And let's bond together. Oh, thank you. I am Inevitable. I appreciate for the sub. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I need to get my sub count up as well. So thank you very much. And talk to you guys soon. Thank you very much. And you as well. You as well. Stay safe out there. So now I'm going to end this live. All right, guys. Thank you for a great day.